Hi, hello, a very good evening to one and all. As you all know, I am your Basha sir. Welcome back to our channel, Maths with Khadir sir. As you all know, we completed our example sums which are before exercise 1.2. Now today we are going to start exercise 1.2. Among that, from exercise 1.2, the first problem is exercise 1.2. The very first problem is same. Prove root 5 is irrational. What is that? Prove root 5 is irrational. You know how to prove the irrational, like root 2, root 3, like before sums. Same as first, to prove anything in mathematics, we go against of that given statement. What they given? Prove root 5 is irrational. So let us take root 5 is rational. Rational in the sense we know the rational form. What is that? P by Q, and Q is not equals to 0, and P comma Q are co-primes. This is the first step. Now we agreed, we started that rational, root 5 is rational. Then take root 5 is equals to P by Q. Why taking P by Q? Because this is rational. That means it should be in the form of P by Q. Now take this P, this side, Q, sorry. Root 5 is equals to Q. Next, now squaring on both sides. Q root 5 square is equals to P square. Now Q square 5 is equals to P square. Now take this 5 to that side. Q square is equals to P square by 5. If you observe, this is first one. Now here if you see, here we should remember that theorem 1.2. What is that? That if P is a prime number, it divides any natural number, the square of that natural number, then it should divide that number also. So here this is a prime number and this is a natural number. Square, if it divides P square, then it should divide P also. So we know that if 5 divides P square, it divides P also. Now take P is equals to 5R for some time. Now from 1, what is the first equation? Q square, and we are taking P is equals to 5R. So should we substitute 5R in P square place? Next 5. Now 25 by 5, 25 R square. Next 5 Q square. Now what to do? Here if you observe, this is 5 times Q square is equals to 5R square. If you bring this 5 to this side, Q square by 5 is equals to R square. Here clearly this is 2. Here 5 divides both P square, 5 divides both Q square. Same thing for Q square also. If it divides Q square, it should divide Q also. So we started with P and Q are co-primes, but here it is dividing both Q and P. So our assumption is wrong. Therefore root 5 is irrational. So this is the exercise 1.2 first problem. Yes, here is the next question of exercise 1.2. That is what? Prove 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. As I said in the example problems before of exercise 1.2, that adding or subtraction or multiplication or division of any non-zero rational and irrational is, the result should be irrational. So by saying this statement of addition of a rational and irrational number, the answer is, the result is irrational. But here we have to prove. So to prove 3 plus 2 root 5 irrational, same as the previous sums, let assume 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. That means 3 plus 2 root 5 is equals to P by q. Now what to do? Take this 3 to that side. 2 root 5 is equals to p by q. Here in addition it will go minus. Now what is that? 2 root 5 is equals to p minus 3q by q. If you observe here, I said that what I said, the rational and the irrational, if they do any operation, addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, the answer is irrational. So here if you observe, this is in the form of into. So that means this is irrational. And here it is in the form of p by q. So this is rational. Is it possible that a irrational number is equals to rational number? No, never. So we can say easily that our assumption is wrong. What is our assumption? This one. 3 plus 2 root 5 is rational. This is wrong. Therefore, 3 plus 3 root 5 is irrational. So this is the exercise 1.2 second problem. Now let us move to our third problem. So this is our last question of chapter real numbers of class 10, exercise 1.2, last problem. What is that? Problem 3. Prove 1 by root 2 is irrational. Very easy problem. Same solution. Let assume 1 by root 2 is rational. So equate to p by q. Why? Because rational form is p by q. Now just cross multiply. Q root 2 p. Now bring this p to this side. Q by p is equals to root 2. As I said that any irrational number is equals to rational number? No, never possible. So here our assumption is wrong. Therefore 1 by 2 root 2 is what? Rational or irrational? Irrational. So this is our last question completed. I hope you all learn the chapter 1 real numbers of class 10. Share our videos, our channel with your friends, with your classmates. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to our channel, Maths with Khadir sir.